welcome back to my channel. I am back with this week's Teen Mom recap. If you haven't been here before, I post new videos every single week about Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom OG, whatever Teen Mom reality TV is airing at the time, including book reviews and updates. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Brianna meets a guy named Briggs on Tinder. He's a pretty cool guy, tall in shape, good looking, named after a personality test. She hands her phone to her mom to look at the guy. Jessica's over there giggling like she's the one who got the date with him. Ooh, Brianna, he's big and tall. All your exes so far have been your height or shorter. Yeah, that's because they all used to be women. If he meets Brayson, which I'm not doing yet, he'll be introduced as mommy's friend, not my boyfriend. Kayla J plans a trip to Atlanta. She says, my daughter's older now and it's time for me to start having fun. Your kid's like 2, but I do agree that moms should be allowed to have fun. Since Mikkel complains about not seeing Mecca, she decides to enlist his help. She tells him, okay, you can come to my apartment to watch her while I'm out. In fact, you can also use my car for free, and I stocked up the fridge. Keep in mind that they are not together. The one thing she asks is that he comes alone with no girlfriend, because it's her house and she doesn't want his girl's fluids on her bed. She doesn't say that, but Luke and Kayla have been really awkward and distant recently. I'm assuming these girls got some kind of mid-season paycheck, because everyone's going on vacation. Kayla is going to Chicago. She got a penthouse suite with her friends. Kaya is going to the Outer Banks. Everyone is questioning why her and Tiesa aren't technically together. We just choose not to be. We have the rest of our lives to figure it out. Or at least until 2023 when Xavion gets out. Rachel moves into her friend Caitlin's place, and she's happy so far, but still mad at her mom. My mom always acts like I owe her. I'm so glad to be away from her. What a bitch. Yo, we should paint the bedroom so it really feels like home here. Let me call my mom so she can watch Hazley. The irony doesn't seem to hit her at all there. Hey mom, can you watch Hazley? And also, do you have any paintbrushes? We're gonna paint my room. No, but paintbrushes are like $1, Rachel. Just go buy one yourself. I don't have any money. Neither does anybody else. Everyone else in this house is broke. Bye, Rachel. Bye, Stephanie. Wow, yeah, Rachel, you really don't need your mom. She'll be back there in a week. Briggs decided that he doesn't want to film with Brianna just yet. Brianna's friend Ashley does not like him. She gives me a hard time whenever I hang out with Briggs. She's jealous that I'm not spending time with her anymore. I'm frustrated. Now, I have seen theories floating around the internet that Ashley has like a weird crush on Brianna or that they all have threesomes with her and her husband, but I didn't want to believe it until now. She's a little bit attached. It's Kayla's night out, or I guess night in. She goes on vacation to Chicago when a lot of places were still shut down for COVID, so her and her 3 bad bitches get dressed just to stay in the hotel room, literally. They twerk in the mirror, etc., but they don't actually leave the hotel. Kayla calls her dad, who's watching her kids, but she can barely say anything because Luke is nonstop spamming her with phone calls. When she finally answers, they have like this middle schooler sounding fight. Kayla, did you take me off your friends list on Snapchat? No, let me send you a screenshot. See? I didn't delete you. Afterwards, she says, Luke actually deleted me. I just got a notification that he re-added me, so he had to have deleted me. I don't know why. Luke keeps tabs on my socials, and I do the same to him. There's just no trust there. I'm not too sure what happened there. It seems like maybe Luke might have deleted her himself, but then like forgot that he did it, and then blamed her for deleting him. Which is pretty embarrassing, but I could be wrong about that. It is possible she deleted him. Either way, he knew that she couldn't even go out because everything in Chicago was closed. So unless one of her friends decides to grab a titty, I don't think Kayla will be cheating tonight. Next is Rachel. Nice car sticker. The job she was supposed to get from Caitlin's factory fell through, so things are really not looking good. They pull up to the McDonald's. Rachel legit says, no joke, direct quote, let me get a cheeseburger, but without the cheese. Bitch, that is a hamburger. I know you've been to McDonald's enough to know that. But it only gets worse. She only has $10 in her bank account and the meal comes out to $12. So she has to tell Caitlin that she can only get her own food. Rachel shows up at Stephanie's place and Stephanie asks, how are you gonna ask me for a paintbrush but you got food? You don't have 98 cents for a brush? I gotta eat. I gotta take care of myself first. Well, clearly not too well if you can't afford a paintbrush. I got myself. What do you got? Stephanie says, I got 2 cars, a house, and your kid. Roast her ass. Shut up, bitch. Come on, Caitlin. Pull out of this driveway. Caitlin is not down with the drama. She says, we shouldn't be reacting like this. Calm down. I don't care. Pull off. Mikkel fell through on his plans to come take care of Mecca. Remember that Kayla was literally paying for everything and giving him her car for the week, so all he had to do was show up? Literally all he had to do was show up, and he couldn't even do that. Pretty pathetic. He wants to bring Mecca to Philadelphia because something came up on Saturday that he has to do and he can no longer leave town. Kayla is rightfully pissed off. She says, "You told me you had no plans. This is just because you want to stay with your girlfriend. You don't even know this girl for real." Which she's right that it was shitty of him to cancel the plans, but she's also clearly jealous of the girl. "You need to move forward, Kayla. Stop having new people and new bitches around my daughter. Mecca's not going there." So they start yelling and fighting, and Mikkel's girlfriend, Kiki or whatever her name is, starts staring down like, damn, this bitch really hates me. Mikkel says the only reason I don't have my shit together is because of Kayla. She treats me like a deadbeat. I'm the last person to put somebody before my child. Even though Kayla just parties in the hotel room alone with her bitches, she still managed to get exposed to coronavirus. Quarantining with Luke is driving them even more crazy, so they sit down and talk. Kayla says, "I feel like we argue about ridiculous things, like the Coke." The what now? "I asked you to get one thing from the store, Kayla, and you didn't do it. I needed that bottle of Coke." Oh, okay, we're talking about beverages. "It's just a Coke, Luke, relax. And that's not the first time you blew me off. I asked you to put down the mat for the dog. I come home, there's piss everywhere." "You act like I do nothing, and it's just not true. And why are you freaking out so much about the DNA test? Can we please move on, because you're making me mad, and I'm not the type to open up about these kind of things. Maybe we should go see a counselor." I actually hate to see Kayla and Luke's relationship seeming to fall apart. I actually think they're very cute together, and they've been together for about 3 years at this point. Next is Brianna. Ashley is getting upset. She accuses me of ditching her whenever I see Briggs. Uh-oh, single white female vibes. They meet up to chat. "I didn't hear from you, Brianna. You said you were busy. I called you out on that. And you were like, 'I will not confirm or deny where I'm going today.' Why can't you be honest? I feel protective over you. I see things with that Briggs guy that I just don't support. I'm a vibes person, you know?" Oh god, she probably looked up his astrology chart. "I never lie to you, Ashley. Don't forget about us, Brianna. Remember, you can't ever ditch me." The fuck? Ashley is creepy. She gives off the vibe that like when Brianna sleeps over and leaves her panties there, she keeps them in a drawer, doesn't wash them, and never gives them back. Like that's just the vibe that I get from Ashley. Like she's such a vibes person, but she doesn't even realize like the possessive and weird vibe she's giving off here. I don't know, weird. Stephanie vents to Mallory. She says Rachel doesn't even have 98 cents to her name. She thinks she's grown, but if you want to be grown, act it. Rachel and Caitlin's agreement already seems to be falling apart. Rachel isn't working, so she's not going to be able to make the rent. Painting is the last thing I want to do. I'm so annoyed, and I can't stand my mom. Any chance that she gets to embarrass me, she will. She thinks I have nothing without her. In reality, I did my whole life without her. We could have handled that better, Rachel. You do the same thing, Caitlin. You're angry all the time too, so don't judge me. My mom literally has issues mentally. She's toxic. People are like, "Oh, why are you treating your mom like this?" Because she's a fake-ass bitch who doesn't give a fuck about me. You take your anger out on everybody, Rachel. No, I don't. Yeah, you do, and you're clearly bitter about your mom. I give it now about 2 days before Rachel gets evicted. Kayla's mom agrees to watch Mecca, and Mikkel is mad that it fell through. "I want to be able to take my daughter where I want. She's not in harm's way." Key says, "You guys need to sit down and get your personal feelings together. Everything you talk about is this old stuff, and it's making you not be able to co-parent." Kaya sits down Tiesa by the beach to basically tell her that she wants an official relationship status. "We call each other bae, it's confusing to other people. I feel like you just pick me up and drop me whenever you want. If it's not bringing me happiness, then no, I don't want to be together officially. You're different one day to the next. You don't make sense, bro." And as usual, they start a screaming match. I mean, I can't even tell what they're really fighting about, and I rewound it like 3 times. So if you figure it out, just let me know down below, because I couldn't follow it. They even push each other a little bit physically, and MTV security has to get between them. And that's all for this episode of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. Do you think Rachel is going to last very long in that house? And Kayla's talking about cheating in the preview, so what do you think was going on there? Make sure to leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every single week.